whenever a gacha game has a new anniversary, it's always a good time to start playing the game because, well, unless it's Genshin Impact. But most games that give a shit, they'll give you a bunch of lunacy or gems or whatever the pulls, we'll call them pulls. They give you a bunch of pulls. Limbus Company is no exception. Limbus Company's 3rd anniversary is here and you should be playing it now. Download the game, it's free.
Limbus Company's 3rd anniversary event is finally here, and with it comes new events, new changes, new game content, and a whole new roadmap of what is going to come in the future of the game. The sheer quality of these updates in the past few days, coupled with the fact that they are delivered by a dev team that is not only in touch with their fans, but are also incredibly passionate and enthusiastic about their work, is a testament to Limbus Company and Project Moon's greatness. I highly believe that we are lucky to have been graced by Kim Ji-hoon with this wonderful series, and it appears to me that it is only going to get better in the future.
Well, it'll only get better in the future if we get to keep our CEO. Let us keep our CEO. Do not try to make this into a new Honkai Star Rail where you have to pull the new character, you can't complete the content and fucking all that shit. Leave our CEO in place and let him do, like, because here's the thing. If people are really like annoyed with the way that Kim Ji-hoon is running things and they want somebody else to run it, we're not going to have Limbus Company being Limbus Company anymore. We're not going to have Project Moon being Project Moon anymore. Things are good now because of the people that are working on the game. If we start fucking bitching and complaining and, oh, we got to get a new CEO, fuck that. The games are going to change and the games are going to get shittier.
With that said, I believe now is the best time for anyone to finally tap into the bizarre world of Limbus Company. It is no doubt that Limbus Company and Project Moon as a whole have grown exponentially ever since the inception of the game back in 2023.
I wish I would have started playing Limbus in 2023 instead of Honkai Star Rail in 2023.
A small
but it all worked out in the end, now didn't it?
Studio with but a
I'm starting to feel like I'm at my limit. Please leave this man alone. This man is a national treasure. He's an international treasure.
Handful of employees, they have developed into a household name whose reputation far precedes their work. I mean, it's hard to even find someone who doesn't know of Limbus Company and Project Moon nowadays. I practically
wait, what was that? More players than Highguard?
It's hard to even find someone who doesn't know of Limbus.
Higher peak than Highguard, by the way. Any game, I'm pretty sure, besides like Dustborn. Fucking imagine that. Hey, let's make a game that's like Apex Legends, but make it shittier and put it on horses. That'll really piss off the kids.
Limbus Company and Project Moon nowadays. I practically can't go online without meeting a few diehard fans or casual enjoyers of the game. Heck, if a social media post make a small mistake of even mentioning something that even resembles a strand of hair from a character
the hive by nose
in the series, Project Moon fans.
There was one time that I said the phrase in the black silence and people were like, does he know? Does he know?
Will hoard the comments like moths to a flame. And it's not just the popularity of the game and studio that has seen exponential growth. The quality of the content that they deliver has improved greatly as well. From the old samey choppy ID animations and ego skills that
Project Moon and Limbus Company, like, it's like a once in a lifetime franchise because, like I said, when you allow artists to actually create their art and they're not constantly thinking about like, oh, well, what if the bosses are going to be pissed off if this doesn't make $1 trillion, they're not allowed to fucking, they're not going to make art anymore. They're going to make a product, and art is 9 times out of 10 better than a actual, like, a product. And it's amazing that this is a gacha game. It's actually one of the worst gacha games because it doesn't force you to pay money, and like you could basically just shard all the characters. You can just pity all the characters. So like, it's a bad gacha game, but it's a fantastic visual novel, and people are so willing, they love the game so much that they're willing to spend money on it regardless of whether or not it's a gacha or not. Like, even though they don't have to gamble, they're willing to gamble and spend money for extra pulls just because they love the character and the characters, and they want to support Kim Ji-hoon and they want to support Project Moon.
Even much to write home about, Limbus has turned itself into a game where nearly every new release of an ID, every new teaser of an ego is something that people greatly look forward to and greatly anticipate, purely because of how utterly stylish and polished they are. Take a look at these clashes.
The game wants to be an anime so bad. Like when this game gets adapted into an anime, it's probably going to, I mean, I'm a little biased. I want to see it be as big as JoJo. I don't know if it could be as big as JoJo, but I think it should be as big as JoJo. Especially if they start with Library of Ruina and they tell the story of Lobotomy Corporation through the flashbacks in Library of Ruina. They might be able to just start with Lobotomy Corporation, but I think you can tell Lobotomy Corporation's story in flashbacks. I don't think we need an entire 12-episode season of Lobotomy Corporation.
They create a sense of speed and urgency despite being simple clash animations. And look at this ego. That animation gives me chills all the time. All this talk about the game improving is great, but wait until you hear about how much the studio itself have grown. They went from impromptu, unprofessional update streams where the CEO was literally scribbling a green marker onto PowerPoint slides.
I love this idea that like, we need to get a new CEO because it's not professional. We're playing video games, sir. You know what professional is? Hey, this game didn't make $16 trillion, so we're gonna fire everybody, and now that nobody has jobs anymore. This game makes millions of dollars a year by being unprofessional, okay?
To now delivering promotional animations that rival that of big studios. Truly, there has never been a better time to be a Limbus fan, and there has never been a better time to be a Project Moon glazer. The game and the studio is shaping to be something that is greater than what I could ever have hoped for back in 2023. If you told me that Limbus would have been this popular back then, I'd laugh and told you that you were delusional, but that is no longer the case. We have a wealth of community content now and such a strong fandom that it might not be too far-fetched to speculate that Limbus might be able to hit the top charts sometime in the future. Glazing aside, I believe this much growth was made possible thanks to Limbus Company being such a great game from the start.
Well, it's kind of like League of Legends back in the day. League of Legends was completely free and it was funded by skins. I always said, like, why can't games just be like this? And I was talking to somebody back then and they were like, oh, well, League of Legends, like, you know, not everybody can have a game that's as good as League of Legends and get people to pay for all the skins. And I'm like, okay, well, then some games don't deserve to be around. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't know if you guys know this or not, but there's like damn near close to 1 million games out there. Like, we don't really need any more games. The games that are really good are good because they're special. And when you start taking things away from them that make them special, like the quote unquote unprofessional CEO and fucking all this shit, if you try to take that shit away, it's not going to be Limbus Company anymore. It's not going to be special. But yeah, League of Legends funded itself forever. It's a free game and it just sells skins and you can, you know, pay to get the champions earlier and stuff like that. But like, if you make a really good game, then people are going to support it, whether it's a gacha or not, or if fucking, yeah.
Project Moon really made an unorthodox yet incredibly satisfying gacha game, one that frankly just respected the players as much as it possibly could. Let me elaborate on that. The game does not have a dupe system. The banners feature great odds. The dispenser even give players the ability to get anyone they want without interacting with the gacha system itself.
Yeah, if you wait a week, as long as the character is not like an event or a limited character, you can just use shards to buy the character a week after it comes out. So you don't even have to gamble for the character. As long as you're playing the mirror dungeon, as long as you're doing your dailies and everything, as long as you're getting shard boxes and you're getting shards, and as long as you have 400 shards, you can just buy the character a week after it comes out. You don't even have to gamble for it.
First place, which is insane if you ask me. Limbus Company really sets itself apart from its competitors, and it successfully removes the frustrations that an orthodox gacha game features. Now let's talk about the combat side of things. The combat gameplay might seem a bit daunting at
the combat is literally just hit win rate and you win.
First, but if
make an all rupture team and you win, make an all bleed team and you win.
You are competent and you can.
There's some bosses that you have to redirect their skills and you have to, but for the most part you could just win, right?
Read on your characters and the enemies.
We ain't reading shit, okay?
Mechanics, it will help you greatly in making the correct decisions and make the fight that much more engaging. The game's tutorial has also been tweaked and reworked, so the experience for new players nowadays is much smoother and way more streamlined. Don't get me started on Limbus' story. As you may or may not have known already, Limbus is set in a dystopian city setting.
Jesus Christ. And I like that everyone is jumping on this trend of just calling the city Detroit.
Where the corruption, perversion, and
oh my lord,
desperation of a society has reached the point of no return. It is a story wherein the characters, despite everything, despite all the hardships, despite all the difficulties and obstacles that they have to face in their way, they just won't despair. They hold on to hope and they create opportunities to break out of that desperation. Each new chapter of the game is just a whole roller coaster ride for my brain. It brought me through a huge range of human emotions that I never believed a visual novel could evoke in me. I owe it to Limbus Company for opening my eyes.
Dude, fucking Canto 5 made me tear up. And then Canto 9, I was like, I'm fine. I'm okay.
To the world of books and novels that I was awfully hesitant to try.
Leave it to Korea to take stories that have existed for hundreds of years and actually make them good.
At first. But hey, don't take my word for it. Try it out and see for yourself. Heck, I even planned on skipping the story at first back in 2023. I thought Limbus was just some random obscure gacha trash back then. Until all of a sudden, it immediately hooked me in within the opening 30 minutes. It's just that good. It'll make you emotionally invested and attached to the main characters so well that you feel a personal connection to them.
Especially if you read their backstory. If you like read the original Moby Dick, or if you read Merceau's backstory and everything, like you'll probably be more connected to the character when you actually see the Project Moon version of their story.
New players also have it good nowadays. The 3rd anniversary event is giving away 4 whole character selectors that will carry you on to the latest chapters. Not to mention the wealth of...
And basically what I did was I looked up a tier list for the characters, because even though this isn't like a traditional gacha game, it's not a traditional gacha game where you have to have all the best characters or you can't make any progress. But I basically looked up a tier list and I saw N Faust was really high rated and Molar Ishmael was really high rated. So I managed to get them for my free selectors and they made the game a lot easier for me.
IDs that have been released that will leave you newbies with so many options that you might get overwhelmed just trying
And why is Ryoshu popping a squat? My god.
to pick your favorites. The game has introduced so many teams that no matter who you are, chances are there's a team in this game that will fit right into your tastes. And if you're worried about the meta, I'll tell you right now, characters in this game take a long time to fall off. And even if newer, better options are released, content will still never be hard enough that old IDs cannot clear them. So there isn't much.
I don't know about that because they're starting to release characters that are like insanely strong. So they might have to start making bosses and stuff have like way more HP. And it is possible that this game can turn into the same power creep slippery slope that Honkai Star Rail and other games have gone down. But you know what? I feel like with Kim Ji-hoon at the helm, hopefully we won't see power creep becoming a gigantic issue. But Rien Sang is so strong that it could be a problem down the line.
Much to stress about. The roadmap for the game looks really promising. And with that said, if you still are on
the story though, however, the story, like what the story is shaping up to be after Canto 9, it is very, I like, there's a lot of things that they can do in the future.
the fence about starting the game and joining the community, I say go for it. There isn't much to lose. So once again, thank you Project Moon, thank you Kim Ji-hoon, and thank you the viewer for watching my video. Here's to another great year of Limbus Company.
Like and subscribe to Not Nah. What does that mean? Like not none of your business? Is that what that means? Like and subscribe to him. Incredible.
내 놈의 추한 시선이 가진 신선감.